Okay, cut me off again. So like I was saying, the progressives start to pass all of these other legislation. So you get like child labor laws. This is the first time that we see a minimum wage pop up. This is where the 40-hour work week comes from. Like before then, there was no maximum amount you could work. You could work all the time. I mean, people were working like 7 days a week, you know, lots and lots of hours. This first time we're going to start to see like work site inspections, making sure that places are safe enough to work. Workers' comp laws. So if you get hurt on the job, then you get compensation for that. This is the first time that we're going to see all of those things happening. And then the last reform movement that we talk about is the conservation movement. So the conservation movement basically said like, hey, with this oil and with all these big businesses, we've been using up all these resources and we haven't done anything to protect our remaining resources. So the conservation movement was saying, let's conserve some of this land, let's conserve some of the environment to protect it from getting used up. Teddy Roosevelt was a big conservationist. And so he actually conserved millions of acres of wilderness lands. He's the one that created the National Forest Service. He created a lot of the national parks. That's the map you see down here. So all the little green trees are national parks. So he created a bunch of those like Yosemite and Yellowstone. You've probably heard of those. So he was definitely a conservationist. Side note, doesn't really have to do with our standards, but if you see this picture right here, him with the bear. So the story goes that he went hunting with a group of his buddies or whatever, and that he wasn't finding anything on this hunt, right? Like they weren't having very much luck. So there was this poor, sickly little like bear cub that someone found. And so they tied it to a tree so that Roosevelt could come and shoot it. So he gets there and he realizes that that's not really hunting because he got this poor, sickly little bear cub tied to a tree. And so he refuses to kill it. And so they published this political cartoon. And then toy stores started producing this little stuffed bear, and they called them Teddy's Bears, which is where the word teddy bear comes from. Crazy. So there you go. So that is Standard 13. I hope that maybe that cleared some of it up. I'm going to post the answers for the Standard 13 learning targets. I didn't like using the Google Forms for that, so I'm going to change it up and do Google Docs instead, and I think that'll work better. So if you have any questions on Standard 13, let me know. I'm going to post another video for Standard 14 and get that on there today, and
Mommy.
we'll keep doing this learn from home thing,
Mommy.
I guess.
Mommy.
Bye, guys.
Mommy. Mommy.
I don't know how to pause now.
Mommy.